Hey everyone, I took 5 trades today. All of them were profitable, but it wasn't a very fun day, and I'll show you why in a second. There was nothing really that gave me a lot of conviction right off the bat. My first trade was on the Qs, and I broke my own rule. This line here is the pre-market low, which was below yesterday's low. This red line is a previous day low, and this is the pre-market low. So I assumed that if it was going to crest that, it might stay down here for 5 or 10 minutes and then it would bounce back because the market's been pretty bearish the last few days. So I figured there'd be some energy to bounce back. So I took one position once across this line, and then I added to it down here somewhere. And I think I even added a third one or a fourth one down in this range. So it went further than I thought. This is against my rules. I shouldn't have taken it. Now, I mean, it bounced back. I ended up being profitable on this trade, but it was a slugfest. And it shouldn't have happened because I shouldn't have taken the trade. So anyway, I took it. I made money. Let's see what I made here on the Qs. I made $473 on the Qs. I was trading zeros. Now, all the others, there aren't zeros because it's Tuesday. So the second position that I started getting into was Microsoft. Microsoft is the calls are quite expensive. So they're like $1,500 each, and that's at the money, one day, one DTE. So, and I wasn't ready to scale into a big position. So I got one as it tested the opening print, and then I scaled in a second one down here. So I only had two, so that was about a $3,000 position. And then it came up, and I took one off, I think right around here, and then the second one I took off as it approached the body high from the morning surge here. So how much did I make on Microsoft? Microsoft, I made $549. Third trade, by the way, these were all overlapping, and I'll show you my executions. So all of this basically happened at the same time. The next one I scaled into was Apple, and this was a really frustrating trade because it just didn't have any continuation whatsoever. I got in. I couldn't. I can't even tell you exactly when I got in. I might have gotten in here. Yeah, I did. I think I got in here, and then initially it popped, but then it came back down and tested the bottom end of the closing range, which is not uncommon. So that wasn't didn't surprise me. I was scaling in through here, and then it came up and fought with the VWAP. Came back again. I scaled in a couple more here. And then finally, it broke over VWAP, which was a welcome change. But then we had this just grinding sideways price action with an upward drift. This is a bearish pattern. So we'll see what happens, but it wouldn't surprise me if Apple collapsed later in the day. But anyway, I scaled in and scaled out. I'll show you the executions, but at the end of the day, I made $699 on Apple. The fourth one that I started putting money in, and again, all of these trades were overlapping, was Now. And this was a nice and easy trade because it came down. This is what I call a slingshot trade because it had a nice opening surge with displacement, came back down and tested the open, which is also the low of the day. So this is a very clean trade. I put in some positions here. I forget how many I bought because I was doing it all at the same time. And then I took out most of them, if not all. No, most of them here. And then when it popped up on this candle right here, I took the remainder of my position off. And there was a pullback here, which I guess I'm happy to have avoided. But at the same time, it came surging right back and made a new high. So, you have to understand when you buy calls down here, by the time you're up here, they're deep in the money. And when you're deep in the money, the delta is very high, and there's virtually no theta left. There's virtually no time premium because you're so deep in the money that you're basically just trading with the stock, like 85 cents on the dollar, 90 cents on the dollar. That's a delta of 85 or a delta of 90. So you're just trading with the stock at that point. So time was no longer my enemy. I could hold it, assuming it continued to stay bullish. So, and again, I probably should have held on to one and then tried to capture some of this move, but I took it off the remainder of my position on that green candle right there. And then finally, the last position. So I took 5 trades today. And the last one was on Google. Let's see. Excuse me. So Google, I think I got in right here on this green candle. So let me just show you. So you know the closing range is the most important indicator that I have on my charts. So, and in the morning, quite often, the stock will come either from above or below and get into that range. This is a balance range, and it'll consolidate and chop in here. And then the question is, where does it resolve to the upside or does it resolve to the downside? And so it was coming up here, peeking its head out, coming back, consolidating, peeking its head out, peeking its head out, and then it was coming up here and made a new high. So I think I got in on this candle. It did not have a big position, just put a few trades on. I can't remember how many contracts I had in total. And then this price action happened and I didn't like it. So I was scaling out through here and I took the rest of it off right there. So that was was it a mistake? I didn't know. Nobody knows. But this could have been interpreted as the end of the line. So 3 surges to a high, that's surge 1, that's surge 2. So surge 3 could have hit the previous day high and the morning high, and then it could have reversed. So that's what I was worried about. That's why I got out of the trade. But as it turns out, it blasted right through it and basically doubled the range. So that was a missed opportunity. But if I went back and did it again, I don't think it would have changed anything, because the bottom line is this price action. I'll tell you what's bullish about this price action is it surged higher and came down slow. Surged higher, came down slow. Like that is generally bullish price action. But even still, when you have this type of volatility, all of a sudden it was scary for me, and that's why I got out I think on that candle right there, and then missed that move. So anyway, what did I make on Google? Not very much. Google, I made $286. So total P&L was 2,541 for the day. And here are all of my fills. So at the beginning, started scaling in. So it looks like I had 4 positions on Google. Microsoft, I just had the 2, right? 1 and 1. Apple, I did 5 and then I added to it. On Now, I bought 4 and then 5, and then I added 6 and 7. So my total there was 7 contracts. Continued scaling into Apple here. Looks like I scaled into the Qs additionally here. So I sold one of the Now quite quickly because it was cooperating. And then, so again, Now was moving nicely. So I scaled out of Now first. And then here is where I scaled into Google, and then scaling out of the Qs, scaling out of Google, scaling out of Microsoft, a little bit of Apple, more Qs. And then here's where I finally got some profit on the Apple trade, but it wasn't much. So I'm happy to be profitable, 25.41 for the day. If you want to learn more about my approach to trading, visit my channel and watch the videos that have the yellow dot on the thumbnail. The videos that I think have valuable information that you can learn from, I put a yellow dot on the thumbnail so they're easy to identify. So thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.